Hi everyone. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the two concepts of the quantum chemistry, that is a wave function and its interpretation, and the well behaved function or the acceptable function. Friends, in the last lecture, we have discussed the time independent Schrodinger wave equation, and here the Schrodinger equation for the one dimension, the expression is d square psi by dx square plus 8 pi square m in bracket e minus b divided by h square into psi is equal to 0. So, here this is the Schrodinger equation for the one dimension, and in this expression psi is called as the wave function. So, here in this lecture we are going to discuss the wave function and its interpretation, and then here well behaved function or the acceptable function. So, let us discuss one by one. First of all, let us consider the wave function and its interpretation. So, here the variable quantity that characterizes the de Broglie wave, it is called as the wave function, and all of you know that the wave function, it is denoted by symbol psi. So, here wave function, it is a mathematical function which is depend on the coordinate of the particle and thus time dependent. So, here we can say that wave function, it is a function of time, and here the coordinate x, y, z, and that is why here it is represented as psi is a function of x, y, z and t. So, here the wave function psi itself, it has no physical interpretation. It may be positive, negative, or it may be complex. So, here the wave function has no direct physical significance. Here the two interpretations of the wave functions have been given. So, consider one by one. So, here the first interpretation of the psi, it is given by the Schrodinger. So, here the interpretation, this interpretation, it is given by the Schrodinger in terms of the charge density. So, here if psi is the amplitude of the de Broglie wave at any point in space, then particle density, what is my particle, that is the particle density. Particle density is the number of particle per unit volume at that time. So, here if psi is the amplitude of the de Broglie wave at any point in space, then particle density is directly proportional to the psi square. So, hence here the psi square is the measure of particle density. If we multiply the particle density by the electric charge E, we get the charge density. So, here we can say that psi square is also measure of the charge density. So, this is the first interpretation for the wave function as per Schrodinger. So, let us consider the second interpretation. So, here the second interpretation, it was first suggested by the Born in 1926, and then it was elaborated by the scientists Heisenberg and the Bohr. So, here this interpretation is generally accepted at present. So, according to the Bohr, psi square does not measure the particle density at any point, but it measures the probability of the finding the particle. So, this is very important. So, according to the Born, here the psi square does not measure the particle density at any point, but it measures the probability of finding the particle. So, here friends, all of you know that both the exact position and the exact velocity of an electron or the particle cannot be determined simultaneously, and thus here we talk in terms of the probability. So, here in other words, the probability of the finding the particle, that is a p, it is directly proportional to the psi square. Since psi may involve an imaginary part, that is a psi may be complex quantity. So, here the symbol psi mod square is being used in place of the psi square. So, here instead of the psi square, the symbol psi mod square is used. So, here this p is directly proportional to the psi square. This can be written as p is directly proportional to the psi mod square. So, here if we express psi as a complex function, the equation can be written as, that is the psi is equal to small a plus I b. This is the equation number 1. So, here I is equal to under root minus 1. Then its conjugate, this is the equation number 1. So, here then its conjugate function psi star, it is given by the equation. So, here the psi star is equal to A minus IB, this is the equation number 2. So, here the psi star is the conjugate function. So, it is given by the equation 2. So, here equation 1 and equation 2, then here hence the product of the psi and psi star will be. So, substituting the value of the here equation 1 and equation 2, here we can write in the first bracket A plus IB, in the second bracket A minus IB. So, here the product of these two bracket, here we can write psi into psi square is equal to A square minus I square into B square. But all of you know that I is equal to under root minus 1. So, that here I square is equal to minus 1. Substitute in the value of the I square is equal to minus 1 in this equation or in this expression. So, this can be written as psi into psi star is equal to A square plus B square. This is the equation number 3. So, here the quantity A square plus B square in the equation 3, it is always positive. Hence, here psi into psi star is always positive, because here the quantity A square plus B square, it is always positive. That is why here we can say that psi into psi star, this product, it is always positive, and it is a real quantity and gives the probability given by the psi mod square as per above. Hence, we can say that even if wave function psi is a complex quantity, the probability of finding the moving particle at particular point, it is represented by the 3 coordinates x, y and z in space. At that time t, it is given by the psi into psi star, or simply psi mod square. That is the probability of finding the particle in a small volume element dV, and here we can write P is equal to psi into psi star into dV is equal to psi mod square into dV. So, here these are the two interpretation for the wave function psi. This is number 1 and this is the number 2. So, this is about the interpretation. Then let us consider the second point, that is a well behaved function or the acceptable function. So, here the time independent Schrodinger wave equation is the second order linear differential equation. So, here in addition to being a solution of Schrodinger equation, wave function must meet the following condition. Which are these condition? It should be finite, it should be single valued, and it should be continuous function. So, here the function which satisfy all these 3 conditions, such a function is said to be the well behaved function or the acceptable function. So, here let us consider the condition one by one. The first condition, the wave function, it should be the continuous. So, here the wave function psi should be the continuous. There should not be any break in the function, otherwise we could not set the Schrodinger equation. That is why here the wave function should be the continuous. So, this is the first condition for the well behaved or the acceptable function. So, let us consider the diagram. So, here this is the diagram of f of x versus x, and here the this function is the discontinuous. So, here there is a break, that is why this function is not acceptable. So, here this is the discontinuous function. So, here this is the first condition, the function should be the continuous. So, here this diagram or this function, it is a not continuous, it is a discontinuous. Then the second one is the it must be the single valued. So, here psi should be the single valued at every point in the space. So, here the probability of finding the electron on any point or the probability of the finding the particle on any point in space have one and only one value. Otherwise, it would mean that particle had 2 different probabilities in the same region of the space. That is why here the wave function must be the single valued. So, here let us consider this function, it is not single valued. So, here it has 3 values, this is 1, 2 and 3. So, here it is not single valued, that is why it is not acceptable. So, the second condition is the psi must be the single value. And here the let us consider the third condition, that it should be or the function should be the finite. So, here the third condition, the function should be the finite. So, here to be quadratically integrable psi should be finite at every point in space from minus infinity to the plus infinity. So, here let us consider some examples or some figures which shows the function is finite and as well as the not finite. So, here this is due to the fact that an infinity value assigned to the psi at any point would make psi square infinity, and which means that the electron is fixed exactly at that point, and here that is never in the case. So, here the function should be the finite. So, these are the two example or these are the two functions which are the finite. This is the number 1 and this is the number 2, but here the following these two functions or following these two figures shows, or here these two functions they are not satisfy the above condition, that means the functions are not finite. So, these are the two example of the functions which are not finite. So, friends, here the function is said to be the well behaved or the acceptable if it satisfy all the above three conditions. That is a function said to be well behaved function if it is a continuous, a single value and the finite at every point in the space. So, friends, in this lecture we have discussed the two concept, that is the first one is the wave function and its interpretation, and the second one is the well behaved function or the acceptable function. Thank you.